Like all regular people I grew up with in the heartland, JD studied at Yale.
So I've been told by a loyal watcher that they love my content, but it's too long. So I promise my daily sort of doses of this stuff will be just 5 minutes. I promise that. So I wanted to talk to you about Tim Walz. And Tim Walz is entree onto the national stage as the presumptive VP for the now definitive nominee of the Democratic Party, Kamala Harris, as her running mate for the 2024 general election. And given my initial misgivings, but I want to talk a little bit more about what I thought after that speech and I think about the campaign so far. So number one, the first thing I think about is, and I said this before, this is my disclaimer. I said that, Kamala Harris could not lose with any of the men that she was considering. They all were just incredible men, all with experience at the executive level, except for Senator Kelly, but also, white males who have good reputations and have achievements that they can point to that they've actually done that I think will appeal to middle America and to both coasts and the South. So she couldn't lose with any of her picks. I just felt that somebody else would be a stronger candidate. But having seen Governor Walz perform and on stage and the energy that was in the room in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, it seems he is built to be that attack dog that a VP needs to be on the ticket. That's primarily the job of the VP candidate. They have to be the attack dog, the one who goes after Trump and who goes after J.D. Vance, who goes after the Republican Party with vigor, with humor, with homespun tales. And that's what he did. He was funny. He was humorous. He's definitely telegenic. He's 60 years old. I know he looks older. That's what everybody says. But he has all the right tunes. I think the campaign is doing a good job of spinning him out by trying to define him first before the Republicans really have. And again, I'll talk about the Republicans in a minute, but, spinning him out as a teacher, as somebody who served in the military for 24 years, as somebody who served in Congress of a purple district that was, equally Republican and Democrat, and then as governor, where he's basically been able to do an incredible whole host of things, getting things passed, like lunch for all kids, and just showing what a progressive governor and a progressive governor and a progressive legislature can actually get done. And to that respect, he is part of that sort of Midwest progressivism that is very populist. And I think that's what people need to focus on, talking about in the spirit of La Follette, another governor from Wisconsin, who in the 20s was somebody who was much like Governor Walz, someone who was Midwestern values, but still believed in progressive things that government need to do more for people. I think he can push that going forward. Now, I will say that the second thing I think is that, as I mentioned, there are Republicans who I've talked with and spoken with who felt like it still is not a ticket that they can support and whole or as enthusiastically as they would normally, because it is now too progressive at the top of the ticket. As I mentioned yesterday, it was really important for the Democratic Party to balance out a progressive at the top of the ticket, which Kamala Harris definitely is, and maybe a more moderate Democrat to make an outreach to independents and to that 15% of Ronald Reagan conservative mainstream Republicans looking for a home. This ticket does not mean that for the Republicans that I spoke to. It makes it a little harder for them to get on board. Not that they won't. I think ultimately the Harris-Walz ticket has got to say that this is a definitive race and time, and that party labels and ideology be damned. And we need to be looking at what the future is going to be between this choice and the choice of this sort of imminent threat to all that's normal, all that's decent, all that's democratic in our country. And so I'll be waiting to see what the polling is out in the next couple of days. Let's see, there's a little bit of a bounce before that ticket goes to Chicago to be formally nominated. And but yeah, I think this may actually work out. Remains to be seen. Republicans are trying to say that, it's too liberals, it's too LGBTQIA plus loving, too pro-abortionist loving ticket that the Democrats have is most progressive and liberal that they've ever had. We'll see if that sticks. I'm not sure it will in these times. But tell me what you think. Subscribe, like, and comment below. Please make sure you go to my YouTube channel. We'll be going live tonight, 9:30 p.m. on my YouTube channel, @Curious Formula. Please be there, be square, stay curious, remember, think, it ain't illegal yet.